Hi beauties, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been quite a while since I have been on, and in this video I wanted to catch you up on everything that's been going on, do a little chatty get ready with me because a lot has gone on, okay? So I'll catch you up on everything that's happening with our business at the moment, personal life, and lastly, I'm gonna give you at the end of the video some tips for entrepreneur burnout because I can tell you for sure I've been experiencing it. So I already did my skincare, but I'm gonna just put some SPF on. Sunscreen is life. This is the one from Everyday Humans that I love, and I'm gonna do my base and get going. So if you follow our Instagram, our social media, you have probably already seen this, but on December 20th, so a couple months ago, our office building / warehouse building in Hoboken suffered a major fire. There was a fire in the building which went on for like 4 days straight. They weren't able to put the fire out. The building is huge. There's over 80 businesses in that building. It was a super tough moment for the whole community and like really the city because so many people are anchored in that building. And we've been in that building for probably close to 3 years now. So we have accumulated all of our inventory, like literally all of our savings, everything that we kind of invested into the business. The fact that it went on fire was like insanely nerve-wracking. By the way, I'm just doing concealer today. I'm not doing foundation. I feel like my skin's been pretty good lately. I haven't really been needing. Fire was really bad. Like there was a huge explosion that happened, and actually 2 people did pass away in the fire, which is completely tragic. So obviously that is the worst part, and I'm so glad that, you know, us or the team were not in the building at that time and that we're safe. But you know, for everybody else, like for us, we just weren't able to access the building for close to probably over 30 days, which means that we didn't know the state of our inventory. We didn't know if anything got damaged. We didn't know if, you know, everything went up in flames in our unit or not. And we just weren't able to enter and assess the damages. And we obviously weren't able to operate because all of our inventory was stuck there. So it goes without saying that it was a really tough month. And another really tough part was the fact that they weren't really telling us whether we would be able to access the building again at all, because they were saying that the building is so damaged in the fire that they may possibly have to just demolish it without allowing anybody back in, which would mean we would lose everything. And it was just a tough time. So when that was happening, Carl actually decided to reach out to all the other tenants in the building. Like I said, there was like over 80 businesses that were occupying that building. So that we can all kind of unite and try to protest and put some pressure onto the city to open the building back up, because it's really unfair to keep us out and give us no information as to, you know, all of our belongings. And it actually worked. You know what? I was shocked. Within like 2 days, we received answers like from the mayor, answers from the owners. Right away, they were saying they're going to open the building back up for us. After about a month and 10 days, at the end of January, we were finally let back into the building and we were able to move out whatever is salvageable. Now, the building obviously had no power, no electricity. Our unit is on the 5th floor, and we had 2 big rooms stacked to the ceiling with boxes of inventory, and they told us we have to basically move everything out without an elevator, and we were given 1 day. We had to organize like a scissor lift for outside of the window in the office so that we could put everything through the window and bring it down to the ground and into the truck. It was pretty insane. We had to hire so many people to come help us because we just had so much inventory. Probably about like half of our inventory was like completely fine, completely salvageable, but then the other half that had been unpacked or had been on shelves is like covered in dirt, like smoke, dust, just like it's done. So obviously it was heartbreaking to see, but to be honest, by that time I was just so relieved to be inside and to be able to just get something out. By the way, I feel like I'm so into this story and I'm not telling you at all what I'm doing, but I'm using the Alley palette right now, the blush, bronzer, and highlight. I love this one. I've been using it a lot, and I'm just doing the blush with my beauty blender. Kind of, you know, closing out this situation, right? Yes, it was the most challenging, like hardest thing I've ever went through as a business owner. I have to say, like, I'm so proud of our whole team and everybody that was involved because we were so agile and like quick to act. Like we got a new office within like 10 10 days of the fire happening, you know, we organized the protest, like we were communicating with the city all the time. We got our insurance in there, you know, we went in there, we took what we could, and we were just like so quick to work under pressure, even though it was such an emotional time. I'm really grateful for that, and you know, it was a really big learning experience for me. And at the end of the day, like, it just comes with the territory of being a business owner. You never know what you're gonna get thrown your way. And I feel like one day big opportunities come, and then another day like tragedies happen or like horrible things happen that you just have to deal with. And speaking of opportunities that can come your way, the biggest opportunity for our business coincided with that biggest tragedy of our business, because right around the time of the fire, we were also going live on QVC with Mercy, which was absolutely incredible. We've been actually working on that project for nearly a year. We started talking to QVC back in February. It takes a really long time to work on a partnership like that. So it was a lot to navigate, because on one side I was so excited and happy for this opportunity, but then I was mourning everything I've built for 4 years in the other office. But I had to kind of put that aside and focus, because I knew that this opportunity is so important and we really only got one shot with it and we couldn't mess it up. And so at the end of January, I want to say it was January 31st, I actually went on air on live TV with Mercy to sell our handbags on the platform. And it was such an amazing experience to kind of see how far Mercy, the brand, has come, and now having such a mainstream platform kind of support our brand was just incredible. So now that we've dealt with, you know, that opportunity and that whole crisis, we're really kind of focused on just rebuilding, getting back into like business as usual. We have so much going on for Mercy. We're working on the fall collection right now, which I have some really cute samples I can't wait to show you guys. Really just trying to focus on getting our operations back up and running. We're already shipping out of the new warehouse. You know, our team is kind of working out of there, and just kind of getting back on track with our goals. We had such big goals for 2022, and I just don't want to give up on them. Like, just because we had this derail, I don't want to give up on the goals that we set out. So I'm definitely just trying to focus on getting back on track with all of that. Now that we got all of that caught up on, let me tell you some things that I've been doing to keep up with my mental health and just stay sane throughout all of this, because let me tell you, I felt literally so burnt out. But I feel like having your own business gives you this like crazy unhuman motivation and strength to just keep going, because you put so much work into this one thing and you're not just gonna let it go just because of an obstacle. Like, it's just too important to you. And honestly, like, thank God I have a partner, because if it wasn't for Carl doing this with me, I don't think I could be able to handle it. So definitely, if you have your own business, I would recommend having like either a co-founder or just like a right hand or someone who can really support you in times like that, because it's just too much to try to like figure out on your own. By the way, I'm so excited, but we just brought in this new brand onto Vegan Warehouse called Scrandy. It's also female founded and a small business, and they have these lip plumpers, which God knows I need that, okay? And these are so amazing because they don't burn. Like, I have so many other lip plumpers that just like leave your lips so red and just like almost itchy, but this one like doesn't do that at all. It just feels smooth. The formula is so like kind of like a lip oil. I'm gonna fix the hair up a little bit now. So let's get back to my tips for entrepreneur burnout, right? So my first tip was have a partner or have someone that you can rely on, even if it's not someone within your business, just someone that you can like vent to, or like a best friend, just like someone to support you through it. My second tip would be have some type of like a routine or practice. I really got into my morning routine because that was that one sane moment for me that I had just for myself. And in that routine, for me, like what was key was meditation. I was never good at meditating. Like, I'm super type A, and I started consistently doing it when I discovered Headspace. Like, obviously Headspace is so popular, but I just really liked the structure of someone like speaking to me and like walking me through it, especially as a beginner. It was super helpful. So having some type of like a like a spiritual practice that calms you, whether that's meditation, prayer, maybe that's even like exercise or walk, or connecting to nature, but something where you can feel something beyond yourself and connect to something outside of yourself, just to get perspective, to know that like the world is bigger than this problem you're facing right now. And that kind of brings me to another tip. I recently read this book called Chatter, which I actually really recommend if you struggle with like anxiety or just a busy mind, which I definitely do. And in that book, basically the author gives you a lot of methods to dealing with, the constant chatter in your mind and how to quiet that down. And one of my favorite tips was what he called zooming out. So let's take the example of the fire, right? If I'm in the midst of it, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to zoom out 5 years from now or 10 years from now and think, okay, like, is this still a big deal? Is this still stressing me out? Like, is this still important? Or is it just a lesson, I can learn from, do my best and move on? And sometimes the problems that your mind goes on and on about are so small. Like maybe somebody sent an email that pissed you off or whatever. 5 years from now, like, you're not gonna remember that. It's not gonna matter. So it's really great for those daily situations. And my last tip is try to always do something fun, like have something outside of your work. This is something I've learned over the years because I was so obsessed with our business and just working and working and working, and that was the one thing that was so important to me. And it's hard, right? Because it is your passion as an entrepreneur, so sometimes it doesn't feel like work and you feel like you're having fun, but it's still work. You still need something that's different, that's outside of that, because you don't want to have your full identity attached to that business or to what you're creating, because there's more to you than that. So here we are, guys. This is the final look. Very simple, but it just feels good to kind of get ready, have my makeup on again. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today and catching up. I hope that this video was helpful in letting you know what's been going on and to give you those burnout tips if you are a fellow small business owner. Listen, I feel you. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. And make sure that you subscribe because we're back on it, okay? And we're gonna keep posting new videos every Friday, and I wanna make sure that you don't miss them. So I'll talk to you soon.